The King's Heart. This movie is on Ruth Kadiri 24/7. Now, this is one of a kind movie, the first movie, or should I say, the first epic movie by Ruth Kadiri. And, you know, uh, a recap of this movie practically talks about a man, or should I say, a royal home whose destiny was not accepted by the gods. Practically means that he was supposed to be a king, but due to the fact that he was not the actual son of the king, he cannot be a king, even though from childhood till being a grown adult, he was cautioned, trained to be the prince, and was ordained to be the king, only for destiny to be changed and to be shown that he is actually not the real son of the king. To be accepting by the people that their king that they know till now is not the actual king. He could not accept that, so he now turned into an evil prince, ordained by the gods. Even the mom has to come in and do everything, try to change destiny for him to be a king, but that did not happen. When the actual prince came, they still were very mean to him, despite how good and very spiritual this man was. He wanted to be a king by all means, so he ordered his maid, who he has known since childhood, and this maid was so interested in him as well, and ended up giving the precious thing that makes her a woman, a womb, to these gods, just to make this prince a king. But well, that did not happen either. Yeah, guys, so The King's Heart, if you haven't seen it, then this is one of the best movie from Ruth Kadiri that you are missing out. You should watch this movie. Epic movies are really interesting, and it gives you that feel of African vibe, and this is one true one as well. Let me start with Ruth's character. Ruth played this character of a maid, a servant to the prince since childhood till adulthood. She served the royals with so much loyalty, to the extent that she had a crush, or should I say she was in love with the prince. The prince was also in love with her as well, but just that she is poor, the mom or the queen did not allow him to get close or get married to her, until she was, even as she gave her womb to these gods to change destiny for the prince, the queen still did not accept, the character that Ruth played. Ruth was very fantastic in this movie. I think she put in her all, because this is actually her first epic movie on her channel. She put a lot into everything that she acted, and I think I like that. Then we talk about Daniel Etim. Daniel has been everywhere on YouTube. Every movie production he has been there. He was the wicked prince. He was sleeping around with all the maidens, and when the snake came knocking, he realized, oh, I need to change. He was willing to change, but the mom just did not allow him to change, and that was so sad. So his mom actually contributed to him being a very wayward prince. And Daniel was so perfect in this character, especially when he was wicked towards, the villagers. That was a very interesting way to see Mike Daniel in a different light. Yeah, Daniel was really, really interesting in this movie. I really enjoy him so much. Then we talk about Oge Chuku, or I hope I'm pronouncing his name. The man who came in to be the real prince. Oh yeah, that man was so interesting to watch. He's not a well-known face, on YouTube, but he's really, really, really good. I enjoy him so much. He had this power that he could change a lot of things. He could see the future, he could see the past, he could see the present. Like, he was just a seer who did not even use his powers to his own advantage. He rather used the power to sacrifice himself because of love, and that was he was really interesting. I love his character. Then let's talk about the queen, Obi Titus. Look, if you watch this movie, Obi Titus was acting like this is the first time she's acting epic movie. I haven't even seen her act any epic movie. I might be wrong, but she did some amazing thing in this movie. Look, if you study, I don't know if you guys have noticed or you ever even notice. Obi Titles, when she's acting this Lagos vibe, she's mostly making mistakes with her script. When she's delivering her script, I always notice that she's making a mistake. But here, she had this confidence of a queen. I don't know if because she's playing a queen here. She had this confidence that she was able to deliver her role as the wicked queen so well. I was like, wait, is this Obi Titles? Hold on a minute. That's what I'm saying. It feels as if this is her first time acting epic movie. I don't know, or maybe it's the set, I don't know. She did an amazing job in her character as the wicked prince. And then the other supporting characters, like the lady who was acting as Ruth, the best friend, she was there, she was supportive, she wasn't jealous. Like, her character was just so beautiful to watch. Then also, let's talk about the other characters, like the Kingsmen. The Kingsmen were they were not many. I think they were 4 or 5 or less. I don't know. The Kingsmen were so on point as well. Then the location. This movie, I think it took Ruth Kadiri about 3 weeks or a month to shoot, because after about a month or so, she did not post a movie on her channel until this movie. So I'm guessing maybe she took 3 weeks or a month to shoot it. And the location was beautiful. I don't know if they did a whole new setup or the location was already there. They just had to do a little touches here and there. That was so nice. The location is beautiful. Cinematography is another stellar thing that was nailed. I love the cinematography, the color scheme they use, the how it was separating, the grading was beautiful. They did a very good job with the editing. The editing crew, Ruth, you need to pay them more, especially for this movie alone. They did amazing. And of course, with epic movie, there comes a lot of cast members. This movie had a lot of people. It's a village movie, so village means you have to see a lot of people. And location, I forgot to say that there was stream shooting, village, so there's going to be a lot of bush, a lot of forest, and the landscape was beautiful as well. Then we talk about their costume. The costume, I had few issues here and there. Costume wise, it was only Ruth that was changing her costume, and I'm like, hold on, why is she the only one changing her costume? I'm not talking about when she was a queen. When she was adolescent, or when she was a teenager, to when she became an adult. She was the only one changing her clothes or her costume. I'm like, why was she the only one changing her costume? That was questionable. That was something. But with the other costume, in terms of how they make up or how they put the costume of the queen, the king, and when Wood became a queen, all those costume was really, really beautiful. Whoever was behind it, the person did well. I think I like the costume and how the villagers, the kingsmen, the idea behind the whole costume was beautiful. I like it. It's authentic. Like, they came up with their own sketch or their own costume that made this movie a very beautiful one. And the movie has part 2. It's in 2 parts, part 1 and 2. but it's the same title. It hasn't changed. It's on her channel, just in case you're wondering. The King's Heart 1, The King's Heart 2. So that's just the title. Rating this movie, I'm definitely going to rate it 7 over 10. I like this movie is so different and so unique in a way that she put a lot into it, and there was a big twist. I think I've already said that that man, or is he Ogechuku or something, he actually killed himself. He had the power. He actually saw that the water he was about to drink is not for him. It's not good for him. This water is going to kill him. He drank the water regardless, just because the wife was the one giving the water to him, and also he wanted to sacrifice himself because he knew that the queen just did not love him. The queen loved the other wicked prince. So what was the need of being with a woman who doesn't love you? But because you are now a king, she's willing to, you know, marry you regardless. And you also know very well that she doesn't have a womb to have a child for you. So what is the point of being a king and you can have your own child? You are still with a woman who doesn't love you. This movie was just beautiful. That scene actually gave me a tear. Yeah, so I'm definitely rating it a 7 over 10. If you haven't seen it, guys, you're missing out. The King's Heart. I think this movie came out in early February or late January. So yeah, uh you have to watch it. It's very interesting. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all in the next one.